Okay.
At this time, we'll call the Tuesday, March 16th, 2021 meeting to order. Larry McDevitt, Mike Steinis, and myself, Jack Willie, are the county supervisors. Lisa Smith is the county auditor, and she takes our minutes, and Luann Goki is our administrative assistant. And the first appointment we have this morning is David Dreyer, Jackson County engineer.
Good morning. You got
Good
a
morning.
number of agenda items today. First on the
Makes up
agenda-
for last week.
Yes, that was a good one. First on the agenda is a permit for Mr. Pat Noonan, a Class B field entrance off of Bernard Road.
Yeah, to me.
Move to approve.
Second.
Recommended for approval, correct?
Yes, recommended for approval.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda item of Pat Noonan Brothers field entrance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Second on the agenda is the Jackson County Secondary Roads oil spill.
We have David Lutt,
Pardon me?
David Lutt, entrance permit. Residential.
I'm sorry. That gentleman didn't complete all the paperwork, so that'll be on next week.
Okay.
Skipped over that too quickly. The next is item number 2, oil spill contingency plan. This is a document that you've seen previously. Stacy's updated it to add all of the field operation shops. Providing more detail on the spill containment system around our diesel tanks. This was a document that our insurance company wanted us to complete. So
Lisa,
she took
I don't know about yours, but mine is showing, for the presenter, is showing the snowman.
I see David.
I do too.
Yeah, so it's.
I might be snowman. Is that like that?
Well,
Yeah,
half a
chicken
snowman.
face. Wow, I feel so self-conscious.
Yeah, I got a full.
That's what I have.
Oh, it's like missing.
You on the, over here, the little boxes?
You got
On the
everybody
top
on there?
left.
Oh,
There you go.
I thought something fun. I can have tucked in my face.
You got everybody now?
Okay, we're good. I became a whole person now, David.
No,
I might, is this a yearly plan that has to be changed or every so many years or?
yes, we have to keep it updated and submit all the documentation to the EPA or the feds. And
Well, I gotta say, in reading it, it's very detailed.
yes,
Yeah, it's very thorough.
and we're trying to update all our fuel tanks to double walls so that we can remove the tanks underneath, provide a little more reliability and robustness to the system. Something to the crews we're all looking for, because keeping those tanks underneath catch basins clear is a challenge.
yeah, they have a habit of filling up with leaves and all sorts of.
Yeah, and people will leave the drain plug open so that the rainwater drains out. It's kind of defeating the purpose of having a containment system. So
How many tanks underground do you have yet?
we have no underground tanks. They're all above ground, but there some sites have 2 500-gallon tanks with catch basins underneath them. And so the goal is to get those all replaced with new tanks.
I would move to approve the oil spill contingency plan.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to approve the revised plan for the oil spill contingency. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
Item number 3 is the equipment quotes, just seeking approval to send out the specifications and seek bids from equipment suppliers. We have 2 dump trucks, dump bodies, 1 excavator, and 1 motor grader.
a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the specs for our equipment. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
We have trade-ins too.
Yes, we'll have 1, I think 2, maybe the trucks and the graders, yeah. Cycle the replacement is the reserve and the old reserve, I think we call it. So item number 4, the 5-year road program. We've had several presentations, a public hearing, one modification with shuffling projects around as we discussed at last week's meeting. Recommend approval so that we can upload it to IDOT to their website and have that in place by the deadline, April 15th.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the final 5-year road plan. Any further discussion?
I thought you did a really nice job with reworking that and coming up with the best solutions that are best meeting our needs, I guess, is what I'm trying to go.
Yeah,
for.
I was really pleased with the final plan.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
All right.
Aye, motion carried.
All right. I was looking forward to the most. Okay, we've got right-of-way contracts for the 380th Street Bridge replace, 380th Avenue Bridge replacements, 2 contracts. First contract with Mary Lou Griebel, 0.05 acres, that's 2,178 square feet for $325. Recommend approval with that. And then the second contract with Wade M. Borman and Macy D. McAuliffe, 0.09 acres, 3,920 square feet for $585. This will give us the additional space we need to replace the bridge with a culvert and get that bridge up to specifications and quality facility.
So this is a 11-ton bridge, one of the very few that we have, but will it be replaced with a concrete culvert or a box culvert or metal?
I think it's concrete. I'd have to check with Mike.
We discussed that one other time. I can't remember if Mike thought, I can't remember.
I will find out.
380th, where is that?
It's up past the golf course.
By Bellevue.
Yeah, so you go around where that pavement ends.
Yep.
It'd be the first bridge off where the pavement ends.
Oh, okay.
And it's been 11 ton and
One of my
the farmers up there, are concerned about feed trucks coming across it. Even a tractor at 11 tons.
Yeah, it's not very much. Motion to approve.
Second.
Want a motion and a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
When would that happen?
this year.
To take another bridge off our embargo then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I'm not, is that one even on the 5-year road plan? That's just one of our day bridges.
It's one of the two items, yeah.
So we're gaining. Gaining ground.
Item
Yep.
number 7, several applications for utility permits. The first one is Macocata Valley Electric, Richmond Section 24. These are all for directional bores of fiber optic utilities. I don't know if you want to go through each one or just do a blanket approval.
I would think we can do a blanket
Yeah.
approval. Yeah.
There's
We have
nothing
3 from Macocata Valley and
to-
1 for Lamont.
Yeah, electric.
I would move to approve the applications for utility permits as presented.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the right-of-way utility permits. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye, motion carried.
I skipped one.
Yep.
My mistake. I was confusing the right of way with this one. Item 6, the quote from Schrader Construction for the replacement of the bridge on 134th Street, Perry 2990 bridge. That's the one that we added to our day labor projects this year. The beams were basically delaminating and crushing on the and abutment support, so we wanted to replace those. quote is for $78,324 with an option for purchasing 5 beams from them for $3,800.
Are they reconditioned?
Pardon me?
Are they reconditioned beams or no?
Used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're generally in
Yeah.
good shape. We looked at them. They just have some surface rust and things.
Motion to approve.
I would second that.
Motion and a second to approve the 134th Street Bridge quote of $78,324. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
So does that mean that you're going to use the used beams or not?
We will if we have
So
them.
it's 78,000 plus 38.
Oh, no, we will. We may, we have to see what we have in stock, what, we can.
So today what you approved is just the 78,000.
Yes.
How long was that bridge?
Pardon me?
How long is the bridge?
Oh, it's fairly short. I'd have to get the, I would say it's 20, 25 feet. It's
Oh.
pretty short.
That's pretty short.
bridge.
No, that's all right. That's just- It's 50 or 60 foot.
No, definitely not that. It's just crossing a kind of intermittent stream.
Anything else for David?
Hey, do
Thank you,
not
sir.
have Anything?
No, we'll do a little.
Yeah,
threw a wrinkle on us.
Yeah.
I didn't hear many complaints.
We received one.
It was a heavy old girl. I know there was a lot of accidents around yesterday.
Does the blue one need to be signed too?
The tabs.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'll get them back to you after the meeting.
They did tackle the gravel roads, opened up, I think, one lane, but kept the blades up so they didn't remove much of the gravel.
I actually traveled a few of them last night later on just to see, and most of them were blown off pretty good. There was just a few spots in the low lying areas that were blown.
I actually had some people say they had drifting with that
Yeah,
snow.
there was some drifting with that.
Pretty
wet
strong
snow.
winds,
Well, it was pretty windy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was going like this by our window.
Yeah. Thanks, David.
thank you.
Okay, is Jeannie on? Yeah. So you want to do your stuff?
Sure. I think I need a motion to approve the minutes of the March 9th, 2021 board proceedings as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes of the March 9th meeting. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carried.
Motion needed to approve and authorize the auditor's office to issue warrants in the publication of the claims listing in the amount of $150,459.63.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the claims in the amount of $150,459.63. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Motion needed to accept, place on file the Veterans Affairs Commission meeting minutes for the March 10th, 2021 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
We have a second, and motion and a second to approve the Veterans Affairs Commission meeting minutes for March 10th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Motion needed to approve a renewal of a Class B native wine permit with Sunday sales to the Jackson County Conservation Hurstville Interpretive Center at 18670 63rd Street, Macokota, effective May 1st, 2021 through April 30th, 2022.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion needed to approve resolution number 798-03-16-2021 to certify the tax pre-levy of $367,042 for the fiscal year 2022 payment on $5.9 million general capital loan note series 2021 to be issued after the budget filing deadline for Jackson County, state of Iowa, as recorded in book 4, page 336, and 2 copies to return to the Ehlers and Cooney law firm, along with the auditor certificate verifying the filing of the resolution.
Motion to approve.
I would second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
If you just want to maybe explain that a little bit. So last week we had the,
So last week we did the canvass of the election that showed that the bond was approved by the voters of Jackson County. Today, this resolution, what it does is it puts in motion where we can now levy a tax for this coming year's tax bills that are going to be sent out in August, that we can start levying to get our money approved of $367,042 to start paying off our debt. And that's what today is. This came from bond counsel. I'd like everybody to know that we're working through bond counsel and through Northland Securities. Heidi Cool obviously was here last week, but we've been working with both of those people to come up that we have the correct game plan and we're meeting all of their requirements.
And we can make our first payment.
Yes, we can.
we certainly want our ducks in a row, and I thank you for that explanation. That's what I'm looking
Okay, all those in favor?
for. Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
And my last item for today is I need a motion to approve the publication of the notice of fiscal year 2021 budget amendment public hearing set for April 6, 2021 at 10 a.m. in the Supervisors boardroom.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
And that's all that I have for the board today. I will have signatures for you, Jack, after the.
Okay.
Is Jeannie coming here, or was she?
I don't know if she was gonna zoom in or,
You know, Louis?
She didn't say.
she is,
Nobody else on there.
she's not on here. Well, Luann, do you want to do yours while we're waiting for Jeannie to join us?
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning. On the calendar for today, 3 o'clock this afternoon, Jack has a special Jackson County Economic Alliance meeting by Zoom. At 6 o'clock tonight is Conservation Board meeting by Zoom for Larry. And at 6 o'clock tonight is the regular Jackson County Economic Alliance meeting by Zoom, also for Jack. Wednesday, March 17th at 9 a.m. is the Bellevue Urban Renewal Plan Amendment meeting by Zoom for any and all of you, I guess. Thursday, March 18th at 11:30 a.m. is a Mississippi Valley Workforce Area quarterly virtual lunch and learn meeting by Zoom for Jack. Also at 12:30 that day is the American Rescue Plan training by Zoom. For any of you that want to attend that, just let me know if you want me to register you for that. 6 o'clock Thursday evening is Limestone Bluffs RC&D's annual meeting by Zoom, and that's for all of you. And at 7 o'clock is their regular board meeting by Zoom for Jack. Friday, March 19th at noon is Workforce Iowa office hours by Zoom for Jack. At 1 o'clock that afternoon is a DCAT meeting by Zoom for Mike. Monday, March 22nd, excuse me. At 1 o'clock is a governing board meeting for CARES applications by Zoom for Jack. At 4 o'clock that afternoon is an early childhood Iowa council meeting by Zoom, also for Jack. And at 5 o'clock is a Mississippi Valley Workforce Executive Board meeting by Zoom for Jack. So,
Take your lunch.
yeah.
Set
It's
up
all
a
day,
room here.
exactly. Our next regular meeting will be on Tuesday, March 23rd at 9 a.m.
One of the things after our meeting last week, I had Luann check with the Iowa Works. we were going to have a satellite office here at the Operation New View building or the HACAP building now. And I said, I knew that they were going to have one there at least one day a week. And, but I didn't know when it was going to start. So I had Luann check with Miranda and she said, well, it started yesterday. So last Monday. So once a week, there will be on Monday during Monday, anybody that has any workforce issues or needs unemployment or some kind of training or looking for employment, they could go to the HACAP, former Operation New View building, and see an agent down there.
That's convenient. Yeah, that's good.
So we've been looking, they were looking for satellite offices and I said, well, there used to be one down there. They went down there after they left the library to Operation New View, and Ronell said it was very successful. And so I offered that spot after I talked to her and talked to Jane. And they said, Jane from HACAP said that would be wonderful. They like to be able to offer those types of services. So anyway, they are open now for Jackson County or this area residents to go in and check on unemployment or job opportunities, et cetera. So I'm glad they're able to do that, and it's back in Macokota. So Jackson County can
Good.
have a local office area.
Presence there anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I heard yesterday too that Jackson County was down to 3.5. Look with the seasonal thing coming up to also increase.
Yeah.
So they have a sign out in front with that or not?
I don't know. I don't know. I have to
They try
drive
put
by
up
and see.
something portable, I would think if they did, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know Jeannie's walking back and forth in front of the door, so you can tell her to come on in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just want to skip and go to this first.
Yep.
So they're all in here.
Well,
That's fine. She can go first.
yeah,
Yeah.
Brent likes to talk, so we better take Dean first.
Get me going.
Good
Oh,
morning.
next on the agenda is Jeannie Collins hire. Good morning.
Good morning.
Right.
Good morning.
So you're here to have us approve the resolution on noxious weeds?
So, I mean, we've discussed this yearly,
Mhm.
and there was a couple very minor changes in it. I don't know what everybody thought of them.
I see there's a provision for where you send it out for people to mow their ditches. And I don't think that's been done for a long time, has it?
It's always been in there. It's never really have been enforced, no. But it's just still in there. So if we need to, I think we could enforce it if it comes to a real situation, but some people do.
It'd be great if they did.
Yeah.
So,
Other than that issue in number 5, and we just added one word and took out a couple between the fence lines, because
Yep.
most fence
Yep.
lines are gone.
Yep.
So we just put in right away instead. And I would make a motion to approve the noxious weed ordinance resolution as presented.
I would second.
a motion in a second. Is there any further discussion?
Just so you know, this is resolution number 799-03-16-2021.
Let that be noted.
Yep, amen. All those in favor?
Right.
Aye. Motion carried.
You're good with it, right?
Okay. Thank you, Jeannie.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good day.
Check the weeds out today.
Yeah, yeah. Won't be able to see them
Dig 'em
today. Okay, next on the agenda is Brent Kilberg, Jackson County Sheriff.
Morning.
Morning.
How's Chief Deputy Crocker today?
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Interesting day yesterday, fellas.
Oh, yeah.
Always
Mother
fun.
Nature. So I'm here today to announce that we're going to promote Andrew Long from our interim jail administrator to our full-time jail administrator. Andrew has done a great job for us in the interim. You know, even better than I could have expected. I knew when I became sheriff that he had some talents, and he'd actually, when Adam Pape had resigned, he had approached me about taking on some more responsibilities and things like that. And so I knew he had the initiative and the drive to accept a higher calling and to accept the challenge. So, you know, we discussed that we would try him as an interim jail administrator, and he has by far exceeded even my expectations during that time. So very happy with the results that he has done. Andrew's been working part-time in the jail over here in Jackson County Jail. He started back in 2013. He then became a Clinton County full-time jailer in 2015 and came back to us in 2018 as a full-time jailer when a full-time opening was available. He's done a large amount of training. He's done 800 hours of continuing education. He's a certified public safety supervisor from Texas A&M University and certified jail management supervisor from Columbia Southern University and the National Sheriff's Association. He's been a field training officer for us for quite some time, which what that is, it trains all the new employees to the standard and how we want to operate. He's also certified in drug abuse recognition from Midwest Counter Drug Training Center out in Camp Dodge. So he's an Iowa Law Enforcement Academy classroom instructor in 11 different areas. He's been in the interim, he's basically been focusing on recruitment and training of our officers. And he has helped develop our structured applicant interview process and has done the background investigation for the new potential employees and has been heavily involved in the onboarding process for our new officers. So just a short summary on what Andrew's been doing, and like I said, he's been doing a great job for us, and I feel he needs the chance to be recognized for that and to continue forward with this position. So at this time, I guess I would ask that you guys would approve the appointment of him as my jail administrator.
Make a motion to approve.
I would second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I would just like to actually commend you on your accomplishments. And I know there's a lot of responsibilities coming forward and wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you very much.
Welcome
Yes,
aboard.
best wishes.
Thank you.
I know you'll do a good job.
Appreciate that very much.
So with that,
All
yeah,
those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
sorry. With that, I'll need to swear him in up there. If you guys don't mind, Andrew, if you go up in front of the flag. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Andrew Long,
I, Andrew Long,
having been appointed a jail administrator of Jackson County
having been appointed the jail administrator of Jackson County
under Brent Kilberg, Sheriff of Jackson County,
under Brent Kilberg, Sheriff of Jackson County,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties
discharge all the duties
of jail administrator
of jail administrator
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right. Well, stay up there. Okay, Chris.
Becoming a pro at this. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm walking to things that are-
Andrew, Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Along with that, so that creates a vacancy in our full-time staff that we needed to fill. So John Mickle's been employed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Office since May of 2018. And he currently works as a part-time jailer. He's also a staff sergeant in the United States Air Force Reserves and has served there since 2015. He's currently enrolled at Northeast Iowa Community College and he's pursuing a degree in criminal justice. In his spare time, John serves as a volunteer firefighter, the Bellevue Fire Department. And John is a Jackson County native and he graduated from Marquette High School in 2014. So we're also going to promote John from the part-time jailer into the full-time jail position over there as well to fill that vacancy that was created by Andrew becoming our jail administrator. So
we're up to staff here now.
yes, we're up to staff on the full-time side. And we are also moving Nick Hager up from PRN to part-time with Greg Krogman. And we are retaining Karen Weed, at least in the meantime, because she has agreed to, she was going to resign because of the 12-hour shifts. But in the meantime, she agreed to stay because we think our most likely gaps are going to be from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, that we still may have some gaps there that we have to fill occasionally. So Karen agreed to stay for those hours in the meantime to get us through this next time period. And then,
That's great.
Based on what she does, then we may have to backfill an additional PRN position for her. So
Well, good.
So we're kind of
Appreciate it.
waiting to see what happens with that.
Mhm.
And actually, I believe we've got a PRN offer out there right now. We just haven't heard back yet. So depending on what happens with Karen, we may need to ask for the second edition when we fill the second vacancy that we currently have. So.
Sounds like things are working out. That's
Making progress. We're getting
Yeah.
there. We're getting where we should be.
got a little extra background music this morning here, so.
So have you had a chance to talk to John and try to set up a time for him to
Yeah.
Zoom or whatever?
Did you say you guys did? or-
No,
I had
had,
not.
okay,
I haven't even had a chance to try to get my jail notes put together.
well, we'll
So,
try to do that
Okay.
and let you know,
Okay.
hopefully.
Okay. Yep, I just haven't got there yet.
I thought I was gonna talk to him last night because he was going to Zoom in for our Together We Build meeting, but then he wasn't able to, something came up, he couldn't do it, so
Yeah.
they're having that meeting tonight instead of last night, and I can't go tonight because I have economic development, so
Oh, okay.
I'll give him a call and see if we can set up a time to
Yeah.
either Zoom, I prefer he would come,
Yeah.
but see what's on his plate.
What time's the meeting tonight?
6:30.
Okay. All right. Let's look at my planner, see what all I got going on. I know the next couple days I got a couple things, so. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna try to sit in on it, but I don't know that I will be able to do that, but.
Yeah.
But it's not that we can't call them and set up a time. and
Sure.
That's what we need to do anyway, is
Yeah.
personally just talk to them.
One of the things he was gonna do tonight was kind of give him an idea, a heads up as to how he was perceiving bids coming in from other contractors, getting some ideas on what costs were.
Yeah.
So that because they really would like to break ground this summer.
Yeah.
And, but it all depends on what the cost of the building is gonna be.
Yeah.
Whether they'll have to hold off on that till they can raise some additional funds, but
Okay.
anyway, that meeting's tonight.
Yeah. Okay. So he's talking about breaking ground this summer for
For
Actual
the
build.
Together We Build.
Okay.
They were planning to do it right after the fair was over.
Yeah.
But now they're gonna just kind of play it by ear right now until they talk to John.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Yeah, I just gotta set a block of time aside where I can sit down and go through all those notes from doing our jail tours and stuff. And I just, to be honest with you, I just need to be left alone for a little bit of time to get to that.
All
I
you have
know
to do
that's-
is, turn off your cell phone, Put your
Lock
car,
the door.
put your squad car in the garage, shut the door and sit in the basement.
I had to do that a time or two.
There are
Barry's all
times-
ready for St. Patty's Day, it looks like.
Oh, I never even thought, I have actually have St. Patrick's Day. I never thought about it.
No green beard or nothing?
That's later.
Next week.
He said beard. not
Beard, yeah.
Oh,
We had a guy in the army who showed up, and this is Christmas morning, and the guy had, I think he got drunk enough anyway, half of his beard was bright red and the other was green. I mean, his mustache, and he's in formation and the sergeant just grilled him on that. It's like. Oh.
I was somewhere yesterday and, or no, Sunday. And this gal came in right down the center of her head. This was bright orange and this was coal black. So I don't know what ball team or has orange and black as their colors. but woo,
Pretty loud.
I thought, oh my God,
You should.
teach their own, I guess.
Yep.
So,
All right.
anything else?
Appreciate it.
Well, we'll talk to John and see what we can set up and let you know. Give, try to get some optional dates.
Yep.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
and congratulations, Andrew.
Thanks, everyone. More snow.
That's fine. with
I
me.
agree.
Okay.
No more snow.
They said on the news this morning, 60 this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully it'll all be gone.
Well, you seen Denver, didn't you?
No, but they got what, 2 feet?
2 feet. They showed all the sheriff cars they had about this much snow. They were trying to dig them out, but they couldn't keep up.
Don't need that.
No, we sure don't.
All right, thanks, guys.
In all fairness, they were calling anywhere from 2 to 5 feet out.
Yeah.
Okay, Lynn isn't here yet, so we got some time. Do we have any reports on boards or commissions?
We had a waste authority meeting yesterday. Everything kind of going as normal. Gonna have way it looks, the best year ever
Good morning, whenever
as
you are
far
ready.
as people bringing their
Okay,
waste in and they're dumping and
Well,
so they're looking pretty positive with that. I guess everybody cleaned out their garages last summer when they had nothing else to do, so. That's going well. They're negotiating with the contract right now for the union guys out there. I don't have any other.
We had our DHS council meeting last week and looked at some different rules for children that are placed with family members. Some different rules and stuff that they made for that. And we had the first quarter report from the MCOs and got some figures on that. That was, they changed their format for reporting, and the first time, the last quarter of last year was after I was on, and oh, it was hard to make heads or tails out of it. And so they weren't going to do the whole thing, and I said, I really would like you to do that, because I said, I've never participated in this before. And so they did, they were nice and let him do it. And then with this report, the format was so much easier to follow and to understand. So they said, do we need to do it again? And I said, well, I know I asked you to do it last time, but I'm going to ask you to do it again. I said, we're talking about a lot of funds, a lot of money. And I says, I just would like a little more in-depth of it than just casually going through it. So we went through it, and it was much easier to understand. And I complimented afterwards. I said, I could understand this last one. I really had a hard time trying to figure out what was what. But this time they had the two different MCOs totally separate, and it was much easier to understand.
It's a little different when you work with them reports every day or put them together. you know,
Sure.
Then you know what they are, but yeah, have somebody explain them is really nice.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of money that goes out there. It just baffles my mind when I see the figures. So with that, we will recess until we're joined by Lynn Bulps, our Coordinator of Services for Mental Health.
Okay.
At this time, we'll reconvene the board meeting and we're being joined by Lynn Bulps, Jackson County Coordinator of Services. Good morning.
Well, I was just here 3 weeks ago. We had a February governing board meeting, so I'm here today for the March Regions Governing Board meeting, just to kind of recap. And financially, I guess, as we continue to look at projections for the remainder of the fiscal year, it looks like the region's projected fund balance at the end of the year may be around $5.1 million, which is about 48%. So again, it's over that 40% limit that we've been talking about the last year or two. Legislation for that is still active from what I understand, but not really. I didn't get a sense that Lori had gotten much feedback on what they're anticipating the outcome of that will be.
No,
There doesn't seem to be a lot of discussion that I've been hearing in Des Moines about that.
and they really didn't talk much about it at our ISAC meeting either. Just said that the legislators were still considering.
Yeah, so Jackson County, according to the region's fiscal agent, David Farmer, his projection for our fund balance here at the county is about 469,000. So that would put us at 90%.
Okay.
So I guess we're all just kind of waiting and seeing what legislation does. But having that information as part of what the board used in one of their major decisions yesterday, and that was to approve the FY22 budget. It's approved at 9.4 million, which our max revenue that we can capture throughout the entire region for property taxes is 9.2. So obviously we would be using some fund balance for the region as a whole in FY22. I would say one of the big pieces of that budget, in addition to continuing the services as we have them, and that means continuing and entering into year 6 of an agreement with Robert Young Center for crisis services, which will be pretty similar to what we have now. The board also approved within that budget to hire the children's coordinator position. So,
Well, that would be a step forward and something that if we can maintain it, like you said.
right.
You know, that's, I mean, your fund balance looks good and everything looks good, but then to maintain and put that service into action.
Right, exactly. You know, the board, we need that position, as you all know, according to the Children's Mental Health Redesign. And we have money on the books. And so it's a risk that the board really, the board felt they needed to take, because we have to fill that position. And then in 2 years, if we don't have the money, at least we cannot be challenged on the fact that we didn't spend it on some of the things we're required to have purchased. I don't know, Jack, if you have anything you want to add to that.
No, that's pretty much what we did.
You'd certainly like to move forward on that.
The only thing is that one of the things that we talked about yesterday is employee
Oh,
of
yeah.
record and where the office space would be. And Lori did say that there was a small office on 4th floor down in their
Mhm.
administrative office building that they thought would work, or they could move somebody else. And there was another space that might be larger that, anyway, right now it's just going to be one employee, but there might be down the road the additional of an assistant
Mhm.
that would assist both Lori and the children's administrator. But that decision was not made yesterday as to who her employee of record would be, but I'm just guessing it will be Scott County. One of the things that was included in the budget yesterday for the children's administrator was a vehicle, because they will be traveling the 5 counties, not just in an office 5 days a week. It'll be more outreach and being out working with people, getting the programs and stuff set up and then checking on how things are going. So there would be a vehicle included in with that budget item.
Yeah, so obviously, we're hopeful that as some of those final decisions are made that Jack was just mentioning, we'll be able to attract some good applicants for that position. I think the salary would appear to me to be seen to be competitive. The benefit of having a vehicle at their use rather than a personal vehicle, some of those kinds of things, I think will make the position pretty attractive. So, and really the only other thing, I guess, that the board will be doing on Monday, the 22nd, we will have a meeting with the board, and at that point, the board will review the 4th round of applications for the CARES Act dollars. We have about 303,000 left, but I believe we have over 900,000
In requests.
Well,
So
So
I-
tomorrow, the management team's gonna take a look at those and kind of prioritize. Our
At least you
recommendations.
have the requests that are, whether they're legit or whether, that you
Well,
can look over it.
They're not going to apply if they're not legit,
You know,
because of the rules and regulations
you know how that
that's
works.
put
When
out.
somebody starts throwing money at you, then somebody's got a big idea,
Yeah.
I do think, Mike, in this case, that may have been more likely to happen in the first round, the second round, or the third round. I think by now, the people who were applying for it are familiar with how the board had made their decisions to approve the money from the first 3 rounds.
Because we have to follow their guidelines, and if the people that are applying don't follow those guidelines, then there's always the potential that they might have to pay some of that money back after they're audited. So, I don't think anybody's gonna
That would be.
pull any strings.
Yeah, yeah, so that was really about it. There was a presentation by Roger Schindel from Caroche, because the region also contracts. with
We've all
Caroche
heard
and
that.
Plans.
The only other thing they did say that there was Senator Dawson has a bill that would take mental health funding completely away from property tax. Basically what Lori said is this Senator Dawson thinks that it's time for the state to step up and be a team player in the
Wow.
providing of services. So she didn't know where that would go, but it's in the proposals
At least
at
they're
this point in
talking.
time. Yeah.
yeah.
And where is
Also-
she from?
I don't know where Senator Dawson is from.
I don't know, either the
Either we
other
pay
Senator
for it or
Edler. Yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll see where that goes. Unfortunately, those things come up so late in the session. That's obviously a huge conversation.
That is a huge conversation, and to bring it up, but if it made the first funnel and it made the, so it's still in the basket, per se.
Well, and it might be through the Ways and Means.
I think that's
budget
where
bill,
it
and
is.
So then it was excluded from the
I
whole
see.
funnel thing.
Hmm.
So I'm not quite sure where it came up, but I'm thinking that it came through on the money end of it. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. If nothing else, maybe it's a kernel of conversation to start now for next year.
We've only been talking about it since '69.
Exactly. You might be retired, Jack, before all this.
Oh,
comes through.
I think I will be.
Otherwise, I think that was it. It was a pretty routine meeting. I would
Yeah,
guess.
it was.
Yeah,
But,
so.
stay
Stay tuned.
yeah,
Watch legislation, I guess, is kind of the next thing on all of our radar.
yeah.
to See what happens. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lynn.
Have a good day.
You too.
Okay. Is there any other business to come before our meeting today?
No further business, I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.